Madam Speaker, in my maiden speech in this chamber only a few months ago, I made it clear that I believe the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. Madam Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition has once again made it clear that they will accept far worse than I would tolerate. Madam Speaker, there is a stench in this building. A stench of bullying, harassment, cheap political potshots, waste of taxpayer money, time, resources, and a stench of fake apologies. This stench comes from the fourth floor of this building in the Leader of the Opposition's office. Madam Speaker, I believe everyone has the right to feel safe at work. I believe everyone should feel safe to use the bathroom at work. I would like to think that everyone in this chamber has these same views, but Madam Speaker, this month, a member of staff in the Leader of the Opposition's office sunk to a new low. One of her taxpayer-funded lackeys emerged from the shadows, lurked into a bathroom to leave a photo intending to inflict harm and harassment to another. This is a massive violation of taxpayer trust, money, resources, and other public servants' right to have a safe environment to work. You should be able to use the loo without worrying about someone coming over your shoulder. Madam Speaker, you would have thought the thrashing the Labor Party got in August last year would have been enough for them to look themselves in the mirror, reflect on their failures, and allow them to move forward. Instead, we have more of the same gutter tactics in play. Madam Speaker, those opposite who have sat for a number of years in this chamber consistently demonstrate their lack of understanding of this place or of human decency. I won't even start on their lack of understanding of how petitions work. These gutter tactics and poor behaviour are not a first-time occurrence for the Labor Party in the Territory. Madam Speaker, you remember a few short years ago, a Labor staffer was involved in an incident where they were a bully, they were aggressive and threatened a member of this chamber, and what was their punishment? A fake apology and pre-selection for the seat of Daly. They now sit as a fake deputy in a party of four with no voice of their own. Madam Speaker, if this member of this opposition's office, the staff member involved in this incident, was employed in any other industry, in any other business and in any other workplace, and they did what they did, they would have been shown the door. I commend Madam Speaker for banning this individual from the building for a week. However, I believe this behaviour needs to be shut down for good. This toxic behaviour and history of bullying, harassment and gutter politics needs to stop. The stench, the rot and the rort must end. Madam Speaker, the future Leader of the Opposition, I reckon by the end of the year, the member for Goyder, made a public statement on his social media account the same day as this incident occurred. I don't often read what the member for Goyder posts to his socials, but this one was actually reasonable. Madam Speaker, in it he said, "It's time for leadership that brings us together, not pulls us apart. Being deflective and hateful do nothing to solve real issues. We need leadership in healthcare that focus on meaningful change, not cheap political moves." Madam Speaker, perhaps those opposite would do well to heed the message of the member for Goyder, and instead of trying to dismiss the matter and issuing a fake apology and carrying on the toxic behaviour, they instead focused on making meaningful change, not cheap political moves. They would instead be able to focus on working for the Territory instead of themselves. Madam Speaker, I look forward to hearing about the sacking or the resignation from the taxpayer-funded political hack in the Leader of the Opposition's office, and for those opposite to take a stance against bullying, harassment and cheap political potshots. If not, the next time I rise in an adjournment, I will name that member as staff to ensure the failures of the Labor Party to condemn poor behaviour aren't repeated.